The reality is most of you will not achieve the goals you set. Why? Because you haven't discovered the 3 simple steps to forming good habits, which lead you to your goals.
We're talking about habits, but in particular, we are talking about 3 secrets to forming good habits.
Now, a question I asked you when just before we started is something I reckon most people don't even think about. I'm a big stickler on words, and I think it's maybe important that we actually discuss what a habit is, because people hear it and they're like, oh, I've got unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
Or I've got healthy habits, or I'm trying to change my habits.
Yeah.
What's a habit?
A habit is an action that occurs from a particular trigger.
Yep.
That it's a response to a trigger in a way.
Yep.
Whether it's a subconscious one or conscious, but it is something that you
What do you mean?
do.
What do you mean by that?
Whether it's something that you have done for so long that you don't even realize that you respond in that way. And
So example, your the trigger is your body needs oxygen.
Yeah.
And then the action which occurs is you breathe.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's an unconscious one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even like driving, is such a common example used, but it's so true. Like it's not like if I'm indicating, like done it so many times that it's not like is a process that and a step-by-step thing that I'm doing and thinking about to do it. It's just an action that it's a trigger to the fact that I'm about to turn right.
And I bet everyone out there, you've gotten to a destination and you're like, I don't actually remember the drive.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think everyone, because it's so true. That's why the saying, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Such a good saying.
But it doesn't happen when it's a new location or a new action. So when you first learned to drive, doing that indicator, turning, whatever, that was quite a scary thing. It took a lot of internal resources to achieve the outcome that you're wanting. And after doing it for so many times, it became a habit.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So the topic you said was 3 secrets to forming good habits.
Yeah. So I feel like we're pulling habits apart a little bit. We're getting a little bit into the nitty-gritty of them.
Yeah.
And a bit more of like, it's like the pre-habit,
Yeah.
the forming habits, pre's to the habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You got one for us?
I do.
Yep.
I do. And that is to remove the emotion that your feelings don't matter when it comes to habits, especially obviously in regards to business.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in this space.
Yeah.
A lot of clients, that I've worked with for a long time, that know my success, they've often said, look, it feels like you just always have this ability, no matter what your emotional state is, to still be able to show up and do the things required.
Yeah.
And my response is yes, because ultimately it doesn't matter whether you're unhappy or whether you're fucking happy.
Yeah.
If you still need to do your cold outreach, if you still need to chase your invoices, if you still need to whatever it might be, it's way better to get those things done.
Yeah.
Yep. Than not do them and then still be unhappy tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I see this whole this topic and that exactly what you said as such a step-by-step thing that leads into forming the habit itself and to having the habit there. And you have to do all of these actions to get to that big action that is the trigger, is the habit essentially. And so for example, if it's do 15 minutes of cold outreach a day,
and
if you're not feeling like it's not going to become a habit because you're not doing it every day.
Yeah.
And so you're never going to get to that habit.
Point where it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're tired one day and you just don't feel like doing it. That is the secret, is to remove that emotional side and be like, I need to actually do this smaller action or this action and compound it so it becomes a habit.
Yeah. And so many people out there, and look, we sit in the coaching space and you know what? Coaches, you fucked up. You made everyone think that their feelings matter. So you could sell your self-help guide to waking up and energizing your body in the morning to get ready, fucking rolling. No. The amount of people out there that they get up and they think that they need to have their 250 mils of water with their lemon and their morning chakra realignment and their breath work and then their cold plunge, and then they've got to go to the gym, and then whatever before they can kickstart the day. It's like what you did that so then you could feel good about doing the stuff you've got to do in the day. Why not just skip all that shit, do the stuff you had to do in the day in that first 2 hours, and then you've got way more time to do shit you want to do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I think as well, like kind of bringing that back to like your feelings don't matter. It's like, okay, well, when do you find that you feel the best?
Yep.
Most of the time people feel the best in the morning and don't have the weight of the day and things that might have gone wrong and as many like excuses, I guess, that they can make that have like happened to make them to be like, oh, I'm feeling tired now. I'm like not feeling up to doing my cold outreach or whatever. Like nip it in the bud at the start of the day.
Eat the frog.
Yeah.
He says it all the time. Eat the frog. Get the shit done.
Literally, don't even give yourself the ability to have the excuse of feelings and emotions. It sounds really harsh, but having those excuses of being like, I'm too tired to do it.
This is the reality. Like imagine this, okay? Like 100,000 years ago, you're a caveman. It's cold as fuck, all right?
Yeah.
Just go back there. You're cold as fuck.
Eyes.
You wake up in the morning, all right?
Yeah.
Feeling like, no, you can't say that anymore. But you wake up, right? And you're like, yeah, I don't feel like hunting today. I don't feel like going and gathering today. I don't feel like starting a fire today. I don't know. They have fire 100,000 years ago?
I reckon they did.
Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. But like imagine if you just, I don't feel like it. Like you said, it sounds harsh and sorry, like the world is harsh.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do shit. So yeah, your feelings, as much as namaste, they don't matter when it comes to forming habits.
Yeah. And you're like, as someone who is stepping into the role or is a business owner, you need to accept that. You need to understand that when you're getting into it. Like you've got to be able to put that aside and separate that and be like, cool, I'm tired, but I've got to do this. This is what I need to do to have a successful business, to grow, to hit XYZ goal. You need to be able to compartmentalize and push those feelings and those tired, like whatever you're feeling aside and give yourself the best opportunity by doing it in the morning or whenever you don't have, I guess, those obstacles or distractions and stuff around you.
There's a crazy stat out there that says, and I don't know what the number is, but it's like maybe 70, 80% of like the highly successful Fortune 500 company builders have some form of low-level EQ. EQ perception, whether it be Asperger's or what's the other one?
Asperger's.
Asperger's, where you essentially can't read the emotional room.
Yeah.
Yep. So like, look at someone like Musk.
Yeah.
He says what he wants.
Yeah.
Like he's not sitting there going, "Oh, I'm tired today, so I'm not going to do my fucking 16 hours worth of work."
Yeah.
And so they have the ability because they themselves don't understand where their own emotional cues are.
Yeah.
They actually go into the space of it. It just, they get the stuff done anyway.
Yeah.
So I love that one.
Yeah.
I've got one.
Yes.
I call it it's my 365 rule.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Tell us more, please.
So if we look at the ways in which we achieve success or the way in which we achieve our goals, normally we have to create some form of habitual routine to achieve them.
Yeah.
Example, let's just say you have a goal to get fit. Well, what have you got to do? You've got to consistently eat healthy, which means you need to consistently prepare healthy meals.
Yeah.
Or you may need to consistently go to the gym. And if you aren't consistently doing those things, then you won't achieve essentially the initial goal.
Yeah.
Let's say the goal is that you want to earn more money or you want your business to be more successful. It's a compound of actions that gets you to that point.
Yeah.
And if we want to simplify that, it means that if you come up with a goal, then you need to revise it daily.
Yeah.
You need to look at it daily.
Yeah.
You need to look at it hourly or as often as you can.
Yeah.
And so for me, for anyone watching on YouTube, these are my saving grace. So the way in which I operate, and I've talked about this before, is I have palm cards, grab them at Woolworths, and the first one I write in dot point in clarity, the things that I want to achieve. So increase your income by 100K this year. Have 2 date nights a month with my wife, whatever it might be. Never more than 3 to 5. Yep. Then I take another one.
Yeah.
And I write out the steps to achieve each of those. Yep. So this one might get the how am I going to achieve the extra 100K?
Yeah.
This one might be what are the steps required to going on 2 extra date nights? And I keep going. And then I grab those and I put them in my car.
Yeah.
Either in the visor or in the drink holder. Why? When was the last time you didn't drive your car or you didn't go for a drive?
Not often. Most days I'm in my car.
Yep. Okay,
to be honest.
So exactly. So you do that every day.
Yeah.
So then every time you get in your car, you read them.
Yeah.
Once a day. Simple.
I love that. Make it obvious. Like it's so like you make it, you don't have to search for it. And you know what, there's just, I think of like when you see the movies and there's the person running on the treadmill with the gold star and their name and the trophy that they're trying to get. Like that's what I think of with this is like they're running towards that like goal that they have and they've got it on the treadmill or bike or whatever and they're running towards it. It's because it's right there. It's like have it there, keep reminding yourself like, and I'm assuming that is where the 365 comes from, 365 days.
Yes, every day. Every single day.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the other side of this is it can't be a secret. That's why it's in the car.
Yeah.
So that when people get in the car, and I have a story with my wife, is when she jumped in my car for our first date, they were up in my sun visor.
Yeah.
And, I could see her kind of like looking after a while, she's looking around. She's like, oh, what are they? And so then I'm confronted with, wow, I've got to now tell, this girl that first date, what my goals are, the things that I want to achieve.
Yeah.
And most people hide that away.
Yeah.
It's like, are you ashamed of achieving that?
It's in a closed diary somewhere in a drawer under 3 pairs of socks.
Yep. Let's get it out.
Yeah, I love that. And because that also kind of brings in like a level of accountability and stuff from the people that are around you, and that even if you didn't go on a second date, like it's the subconscious of like someone knows out there what I want to achieve, and it's in your brain. You kind of you hold yourself accountable to those type of things a lot more, I think.
Yeah. Third one.
3 already. Start small.
Start small. Yeah.
Small. I really like this though because it's like don't put the pressure of yourself of trying to achieve this insane habit and you're like running 7 days a week and never eating a piece of bread again.
Yep.
No, that's not going to happen.
Or if you're a pack a day smoker.
Yeah.
It's like, and while there are of course people out there that go cold turkey.
Yeah.
Incredible to change that habit. Yep. It's the majority, the vast majority of people can't go from zero to hero in an instant.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to have stepping stones to achieve that.
Yeah, 100%. You got to build on these things. Like, and a lot of like most people, if they do go all out straight away, they don't hit the goal or whatever they're trying to do. They don't do the steps. They don't do it every day. And then they give up on it completely.
Yeah.
And just throw it out the window because they're just like, oh, well, I failed at that. That wasn't worth it. And then it gets lost for another year until the next New Year's resolution's made.
Perception changes over time.
Yeah.
Like right now, if I said to you, all right, I want you to create a new habit where you go to the gym every single day and work out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like if you think about and like where you're currently at, do you go, yeah, I could do that easy?
Nah.
Exactly.
Nah.
Because right now that's nowhere near what life looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they say if you can't imagine doing that every day for the rest of your life or doing that every day, why would we try and create that?
Yeah.
But if you said, all right, 2 days a week.
Yeah.
2 days a week I'm going to go and work out for half an hour. Can you achieve that?
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's create that habit. Now when we get there, 3 months after we've been consistently doing that, now let's go, all right, now you go 4.
Yeah.
There's far more probability that you'll be able to go from 2 to 4 than 0 to 4.
Yeah.
Great, you got 4. You reckon you can go 7? It's not that much more. Yeah, actually, I probably could.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it compounds and we build on that.
100%. I love it. I think about that with so many elements of life, like so many habits or not even habits, just like anything that I want to do. Like you've got to start small. You've got to work your way up into it. Like you can have the ambition and that big goal that you want to achieve, but you got to bring it back and work backwards. Be like, how can I actually get there? And what's realistic? What realistic way can I go about getting there? And it is by having that compounding effect, starting off with 2 days, then going 4 days, then going this amount of days. And then all of a sudden you have hit that goal, but it was a lot more sustainable and it was a lot more achievable, and you didn't have that sense of failure. You didn't give up on it or anything like that, because you made it realistic, and you ticked, and you got the sense of achievement, and you can celebrate, and you're like, sick, I did that. And then now let's add on, let's make it a bit harder. Let's have that good balance between challenging but achievable.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. Made it up myself.
You nailed that.
Yeah, I know.
Should we land it there?
I reckon we should. I reckon.
Quick little recap. 1, your feelings, they don't matter.
Nah.
2, 365, don't keep it a secret every day.
Yes.
3, start small, work your way up.
Yeah. Nailed it. Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
All right, y'all. Say hi to your team for us. Bye.
Bye.